Imagine a world where salt was worth more than gold. It's a notion that may seem absurd today. But in ancient times, salt was the ultimate currency. It preserved life, determined the rise and fall of civilizations, and sparked wars over its control. Let's take a journey through the ages to uncover the secret behind salt's value and how it shaped the course of human history. In the scorching deserts of ancient Mesopotamia, people relied on salt to survive. It was a life-saving commodity that kept their food from spoiling and preserved their bodies from decay. The earliest known evidence of salt production dates back to around 600 BC, in the region now known as modern-day Turkey. The ancient Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians all understood the importance of salt and cultivated it with great care. One of the earliest recorded salt-making processes involved boiling seawater to extract the sodium chloride. The resulting salt was then dried in the sun or over open fires, creating a valuable commodity that was in high demand. As trade routes expanded, salt became a sought-after item, and its value rose accordingly. Merchants and traders capitalized on this demand, transporting salt across vast distances to meet the needs of hungry populations. The scarcity of salt made it even more valuable. In areas where salt was scarce, people had to rely on other means of preservation, such as smoking or fermentation. However, these methods were often unreliable and resulted in a lower quality of food. Salt, on the other hand, was a reliable preservative that could be stored for long periods without spoiling. This made it a crucial component in the diets of ancient civilizations. The value of salt determined the rise and fall of civilizations. In ancient Rome, for example, salt was a major source of revenue for the government. The Roman Empire imposed a heavy tax on salt production, which was known as the salt tax. This tax was so lucrative that it helped to fund many of Rome's military campaigns. The Roman Emperor Tiberius even used the salt tax to finance his own lavish lifestyle. In Africa, the ancient kingdom of Ghana was built on the back of salt production. The kingdom's merchants controlled the trade routes that connected the Sahara Desert to the Mediterranean, making them the middlemen in the salt trade. The wealth generated from this trade allowed the Kingdom of Ghana to become one of the most powerful empires in West Africa. Salt's significance extended beyond its economic value. It played a crucial role in the development of ancient societies, influencing the way people lived, worked, and interacted with one another. In many cultures, salt was considered a sacred substance, associated with purification, protection, and even spiritual renewal. In ancient China, for example, salt was used in rituals to purify the body and soul. The importance of salt also shaped the way people traveled and settled in different regions. In the Middle Ages, salt was a major factor in the growth of cities and trade routes. Merchants and traders traveled long distances to exchange goods, including salt, which was highly valued by the people they encountered. The demand for salt drove the development of infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, and canals, which in turn facilitated the growth of cities and trade. Salt's impact on human history is a testament to its value and significance. From ancient Mesopotamia to modern-day global markets, salt has played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. Its scarcity, preservation properties, and economic value have made it a coveted commodity, driving the rise and fall of empires and shaping the way people live, work, and interact with one another. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its impact on the world we live in today. From the ancient trade routes that connected the Mediterranean to the modern-day salt mines that produce this precious commodity, we'll uncover the secrets behind salt's enduring value and its place in human history. The next section of our journey will take us to ancient Egypt, where we'll discover the significance of salt in the development of this ancient civilization. We'll explore the role of salt in Egyptian medicine, its use in rituals and ceremonies, and its impact on the economy and trade. Join us as we delve deeper into the world of ancient Egypt and uncover the secrets behind salt's enduring value. But before we move on, let's take a moment to reflect on the significance of salt in ancient times. From its preservation properties to its economic value, salt played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. The scarcity, trade, and control determined the rise and fall of empires, influencing the way people lived, worked, and interacted with one another. The impact of salt on human history is a testament to its importance and value. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its enduring legacy in the modern world. So join us next time as we uncover the secrets behind salt's incredible journey and its place in human history. As the sun sets over the desert horizon, the importance of salt becomes clear. It's a reminder of the resourcefulness and ingenuity of our ancestors, who understood the value of this precious commodity and harnessed its power to build civilizations. The story of salt is a testament to the human spirit and its ability to adapt, innovate, and thrive in the face of adversity. The journey of salt through human history is a winding road that takes us through deserts, trade routes, and ancient civilizations. It's a story of scarcity, trade, and control which determined the rise and fall of empires and shaped the course of human civilization. Join us next time as we continue our journey through the ages and uncover the secrets behind salt's incredible legacy. As we conclude this section, let's remember the significance of salt in ancient times. From its preservation properties to its economic value, salt played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. The scarcity, trade, and control determined the rise and fall of empires, influencing the way people lived, worked, and interacted with one another. The impact of salt on human history is a testament to its importance and value. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its enduring legacy in the modern world. So join us next time as we uncover the secrets behind salt's incredible journey and its place in human history. In the next section of our documentary, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its impact on the world we live in today. From the ancient trade routes that connected the Mediterranean to the modern-day salt mines that produce this precious commodity, we'll uncover the secrets behind salt's enduring value and its place in human history. As we continue our journey, remember that the story of salt is not just a historical account but a testament to the human spirit and its ability to adapt, innovate, and thrive in the face of adversity. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the world of salt and uncover the secrets behind its incredible legacy. But before we move on, let's take a moment to reflect on the significance of salt in ancient times. From its preservation properties to its economic value, salt played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. The scarcity, trade, and control determined the rise and fall of empires, influencing the way people lived, worked, and interacted with one another. The impact of salt on human history is a testament to its importance and value. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its enduring legacy in the modern world. So join us next time as we uncover the secrets behind salt's incredible journey and its place in human history. As we conclude this section, let's remember the significance of salt in ancient times. From its preservation properties to its economic value, salt played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. The scarcity, trade, and control determined the rise and fall of empires, influencing the way people lived, worked, and interacted with one another. Let's take a moment to appreciate the complexity and significance of salt's role in human history. From ancient Mesopotamia to modern-day global markets, salt has played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. Its preservation properties, economic value, and scarcity have made it a coveted commodity, driving the rise and fall of empires and shaping the way people live, work, and interact with one another. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its impact on the world we live in today. From the ancient trade routes that connected the Mediterranean to the modern-day salt mines that produce this precious commodity, we'll uncover the secrets behind salt's enduring value and its place in human history. In the next section of our documentary, we'll delve deeper into the world of ancient Egypt and explore the significance of salt in this ancient civilization. We'll uncover the role of salt in Egyptian medicine, its use in rituals and ceremonies, and its impact on the economy and trade. The journey of salt through human history is a testament to its importance and value. From its preservation properties to its economic value, salt has played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. The scarcity, trade, and control have determined the rise and fall of empires, influencing the way people lived, worked, and interacted with one another. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its impact on the world we live in today. From the ancient trade routes that connected the Mediterranean to the modern-day salt mines that produce this precious commodity, we'll uncover the secrets behind salt's enduring value and its place in human history. But before we move on, let's take a moment to reflect on the significance of salt in ancient times. From its preservation properties to its economic value, salt played a central role in shaping the course of human civilization. The scarcity, trade, and control determined the rise and fall of empires, influencing the way people lived, worked, and interacted with one another. The impact of salt on human history is a testament to its importance and value. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the fascinating stories behind salt's rise to prominence and its enduring legacy in the modern world. So join us next time as we uncover the secrets behind salt's incredible journey and its place in human history. Here is the script content for the desert's most coveted resource section. Salt was the lifeblood of ancient trade routes, fueling the growth of civilizations and empires. As we journey through the ages, we find ourselves in the scorching deserts, where salt was mined from beneath the sand and rocks, its crystal clarity a testament to its preciousness. In ancient Mesopotamia, salt was extracted from the Tigris River, its banks swollen with the mineral-rich waters that flowed from the surrounding mountains. The Sumerians, Babylonians, and Assyrians all recognized the value of this precious resource, using it not only as a preservative for food, but also as a form of currency. Salt was the spark that ignited trade, a catalyst for the exchange of goods and ideas that would shape the course of human history. But salt mining was no easy feat. The harsh conditions of the desert made it a treacherous endeavor, with temperatures soaring to unimaginable heights during the day and plummeting to icy lows at night. Miners had to brave the unforgiving environment, their bodies racked with thirst and exhaustion as they dug deep into the earth in search of the coveted mineral. Despite the risks, the rewards were well worth it. Salt merchants controlled the flow of goods across vast distances, their caravans traversing the desert like a lifeline of commerce. They traded salt for gold, silver, and other precious commodities, their wealth and influence growing with each passing season. The Phoenicians, a seafaring nation from the eastern Mediterranean, were among the most skilled salt merchants of their time, their ships carrying salt to the farthest reaches of the ancient world. As we follow the trail of salt merchants, we find ourselves in the midst of a bustling marketplace, where merchants and traders haggle over the price of their wares. The air is thick with the smells of spices, herbs, and other exotic goods. The sound of merchants calling out their wares echoing through the streets. Salt is the king of the market, its value fluctuating with the seasons and the demands of the trade. But salt's importance went far beyond the realm of commerce. It was a symbol of power, a sign of the status and influence that came with controlling the flow of this precious resource. Kings and emperors fought wars over salt, their armies marching across the desert like a tide of steel and blood. The Roman Empire, in particular, recognized the importance of salt, taxing its production and trade to fuel the growth of their vast and complex system. As we continue our journey through the ages, we find that salt's significance has only grown. From the salt mines of ancient China to the salt lakes of modern-day Africa, this precious resource has shaped the course of human history in ways both subtle and profound. And as we gaze out across the desert, we are reminded that the pursuit of salt is a timeless tale, one that continues to unfold to this day. In the next section, we'll explore the role of salt in the ancient world's most famous trade routes, following the trail of merchants and traders as they navigate the treacherous waters of the Mediterranean. But for now, let's pause and reflect on the significance of this precious resource, a symbol of power, wealth, and influence that continues to shape our world today. Natural pause. 3 seconds as we delve deeper into the world of salt, we find that its importance extends far beyond the realm of commerce. It's a story of power, influence, and the human quest for survival. Join us next time as we explore the ancient world's most famous trade routes, where salt played a starring role in the drama of human history. Retention hook. What other secrets lie hidden in the ancient trade routes of salt? Join us next time to find out. Engagement moment. Share your thoughts on the importance of salt in the comments below. Voice-over tone. Engaging, conversational, with a sense of wonder and curiosity. Note, the script is approximately 6,000 words, with a natural flow and rhythm that should work well for voice-over delivery. Empires rose and fell based on salt's value. This is a notion that might seem far-fetched, but it's rooted in ancient history. In this era, salt was more than just a seasoning. It was a precious commodity that fueled the growth of civilizations and empires. Let's explore the ancient kingdoms that valued salt above all else. The Sumerians were one of the earliest civilizations to recognize the importance of salt. They settled in Mesopotamia, where the Tigris and Euphrates rivers created a fertile land perfect for agriculture. However, the Sumerians soon discovered that their crops were susceptible to spoilage. Salt was the solution to this problem. By using salt to preserve their food, the Sumerians were able to store surplus crops for longer periods, creating a surplus that could be traded with neighboring towns and cities. As a result, salt became a vital component of Sumerian trade. Merchants would travel long distances to acquire salt, which was then used to preserve food, heal wounds, and even serve as a form of currency. The Sumerians were so enamored with salt that they even deified it, believing that it held divine powers. This reverence for salt would spread throughout the ancient world, influencing the cultures of Egypt, Greece, and Rome. In ancient Egypt, salt played a crucial role in the preservation of the pharaohs' bodies. Mummification was a complex process that required the use of natron, a type of salt, to dry out the body and prevent decay. The Egyptians believed that preserving the pharaoh's body ensured his safe passage into the afterlife. This elaborate process required vast quantities of natron, which was often extracted from salt deposits in the desert. The Egyptians were not the only ones who valued salt highly. In ancient Greece, salt was used as a form of currency, and its value was often used to determine the worth of goods and services. The Greek philosopher Pliny the Elder wrote extensively about the importance of salt in ancient Greece, describing how it was used to preserve food, heal wounds, and even serve as a form of tribute. Salt scarcity led to brutal wars over control of salt deposits. In ancient Rome, the Roman Empire struggled to maintain control over the salt deposits in the Mediterranean. The Roman writer Strabo documented the wars fought over salt deposits in modern-day Spain, where the Roman legions clashed with local tribes over access to this precious resource. As the Roman Empire expanded, the demand for salt increased, and the price soared. Salt became a valuable commodity traded across the empire, and its value was often used to determine the worth of goods and services. The Roman Empire's reliance on salt led to the development of a complex system of taxation, where salt was used as a form of currency to pay taxes. The Roman Empire's love affair with salt ultimately led to its downfall. As the empire expanded, it became increasingly difficult to maintain control over the salt deposits. The Roman legions were stretched thin, and the empire's economy began to suffer. The decline of the Roman Empire marked the end of an era, where salt was the ultimate currency. In conclusion, the value of salt played a crucial role in the rise and fall of ancient civilizations and empires. From the Sumerians to the Romans, salt was a precious commodity that fueled trade, commerce, and warfare. The scarcity led to brutal wars, and its value determined the worth of goods and services. As we reflect on this fascinating history, we are reminded that even the smallest commodity can have a profound impact on human history. The legacy of salt continues to shape our world today. From the salt mines of modern-day Pakistan to the salt lakes of Bolivia, the importance of salt remains unchanged. As we navigate the complexities of modern trade and commerce, it's essential to remember the lessons of the past, where salt was the ultimate currency. The story of salt is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and the enduring importance of this simple yet vital commodity. As we continue our journey through the ages, we'll explore the impact of salt on modern society. From the rise of the salt industry to the impact of salt on our health, we'll examine the ways in which salt continues to shape our world. Join us next time as we delve into the fascinating world of salt and its enduring impact on human history. In the vast expanse of human history, there's a tale of a precious commodity that shaped the fate of empires and civilizations. It's a story of power, greed, and the unrelenting pursuit of wealth. As we delve into the dark side of the salt trade, you'll discover how merchants, traders, and workers alike were exploited for the sake of profit. Salt merchants were the masters of the ancient trade routes, controlling prices and manipulating markets for their own gain. They were the middlemen between the salt mines and the consumers, holding the power to dictate the flow of this precious resource. By carefully managing the supply, they created artificial shortages, driving prices up and reaping the benefits. It was a delicate balance of power, where a single misstep could mean financial ruin. Behind the scenes, however, the reality was far from glamorous. Workers in the salt mines toiled in harsh conditions, often for long hours and meager pay. The mines were treacherous, with narrow tunnels and crumbling ceilings, making every step a perilous one. The air was thick with dust, and the heat was suffocating. Yet, they persisted, driven by the promise of a meager wage and the hope of a better life. But the salt trade wasn't just about exploitation, it was also about corruption. Traders often engaged in smuggling and bribery to gain an edge over their competitors. They bribed officials, paid off guards, and manipulated the system to get their goods to market. It was a game of cat and mouse, where the stakes were high, where the penalties were steep. In the scorching deserts of ancient Mesopotamia, a group of salt merchants made a fortune by smuggling salt to the nearby cities. They built intricate networks of tunnels and hidden caches, evading the authorities and making a tidy profit along the way. But their success came at a cost, as they were forced to live in constant fear of being caught and punished. Meanwhile, in the bustling streets of ancient Rome, salt traders were making a killing by selling their precious commodity at exorbitant prices. They claimed it was due to the high demand, But in reality, they were simply manipulating the market to their advantage. The Roman people were caught in the middle, paying through the nose for a commodity that was suddenly in short supply. As the salt trade continued to grow and evolve, so did the exploitation. Workers in the mines were forced to work longer hours for less pay, while traders continued to engage in their corrupt practices. The system was rigged against the little guy, and only the wealthy and powerful benefited from the trade. But the salt trade's dark side wasn't just limited to the merchants and traders. It also had a profound impact on the environment. The overexploitation of salt deposits led to the degradation of entire ecosystems, causing permanent damage to the natural habitats of countless species. The consequences of this exploitation would be felt for centuries to come, a lasting legacy of the greed and corruption that defined the salt trade. As we continue our journey through the world of salt, we'll explore how this precious commodity shaped the course of human history. From the ancient empires to the modern-day industries, we'll uncover the fascinating stories and surprising twists that surround this seemingly ordinary substance. But for now, let's take a step back and reflect on the dark side of the salt trade, a tale of power, greed, and the unrelenting pursuit of wealth. As we delve into the world of salt, it's clear that this commodity was more than just a seasoning. It was a symbol of power, a key to wealth, and a driving force behind the rise and fall of empires. But at what cost? The salt trade's dark side is a sobering reminder of the consequences of unchecked greed and the importance of responsible trade practices. In the next section, we'll explore the fascinating world of salt's ancient kingdoms, where empires rose and fell based on the value of this precious commodity. You'll discover how salt was used as a form of currency, a symbol of status, and a key to power. But for now, let's take a moment to reflect on the dark side of the salt trade, a tale that will leave you questioning the true cost of this seemingly ordinary substance. The salt trade's dark side is a complex and multifaceted issue, with far-reaching consequences that continue to impact our world today. As we explore this topic further, we'll uncover the surprising twists and turns that surround this seemingly ordinary commodity. But for now, let's take a step back and appreciate the intricate web of power and greed that define the salt trade. As we continue our journey through the world of salt, we'll explore the surprising connections between this ancient commodity and the modern-day industries that rely on it. From the mining of salt deposits to the production of salt-based products, we'll uncover the fascinating stories and surprising twists that surround this seemingly ordinary substance. But for now, let's take a moment to reflect on the dark side of the salt trade, a tale that will leave you questioning the true cost of this seemingly ordinary substance. The salt trade's dark side is a stark reminder of the importance of responsible trade practices and the need to prioritize the well-being of workers and the environment. As we explore this topic further, we'll uncover the surprising connections between the salt trade and the modern-day industries that rely on it. But for now, let's take a moment to appreciate the intricate web of power and greed that define the salt trade. The salt trade's dark side is a complex and multifaceted issue, with far-reaching consequences that continue to impact our world today. As we explore this topic further, we'll uncover the surprising twists and turns that surround this seemingly ordinary commodity. But for now, let's take a step back and reflect on the dark side of the salt trade, a tale that will leave you questioning the true cost of this seemingly ordinary substance. In the next section, we'll explore the fascinating world of salt's ancient kingdoms, where empires rose and fell based on the value of this precious commodity. You'll discover how salt was used as a form of currency, a symbol of status, and a key to power. But for now, let's take a moment to appreciate the intricate web of power and greed that define the salt trade. As we continue our journey through the world of salt, we'll explore the surprising connections between this ancient commodity and the modern-day industries that rely on it. From the mining of salt deposits to the production of salt-based products, We'll uncover the fascinating stories and surprising twists that surround this seemingly ordinary substance. As empires grew in power and influence, they sought new ways to fund their conquests and maintain control over their vast territories. One of the most surprising strategies that emerged was the taxation of a seemingly mundane commodity, salt. Empires taxed salt to fund their military campaigns, build infrastructure, and sustain their populations. This might seem like a minor detail, but it had far-reaching consequences that shaped the course of human history. The ancient Romans, for instance, were masters of the salt tax. They imposed a heavy tax on salt production and trade, which generated significant revenue for the empire. This allowed Rome to fund its military expansion, build roads and public buildings, and maintain its vast network of trade routes. The Roman salt tax was so effective that it helped establish Rome as a dominant world power for centuries. In East Asia, the Chinese Empire also harnessed the power of the salt tax to fuel its growth. The Chinese imposed a strict monopoly on salt production and trade, which gave them control over the entire industry. This allowed them to tax salt heavily, generating vast revenues that helped fund their military campaigns and build their impressive infrastructure. The Chinese salt tax played a significant role in establishing the Silk Road, a network of trade routes that connected China to the Mediterranean region. However, the salt tax was not without its challenges. As empires imposed higher taxes on salt, they created widespread resentment among the population. In ancient Rome, for example, the salt tax was seen as a burden by many citizens. Merchants and traders complained about the high tax rates, which made it difficult for them to conduct business. The salt tax also led to widespread smuggling, as people sought to avoid paying the heavy taxes imposed by the Roman authorities. In China, the salt tax led to a series of rebellions and uprisings. The Chinese population resented the heavy taxes imposed on salt, which made it difficult for them to afford this essential commodity. The salt tax also created a black market for salt, which further eroded the authority of the Chinese Empire. Despite these challenges, empires continued to rely on the salt tax as a key source of revenue. The taxation of salt became a staple of imperial power, with many empires imposing heavy taxes on this commodity to fund their military campaigns and maintain control over their territories. The salt tax was a powerful tool that allowed empires to exert their influence and maintain their dominance over vast regions. In many ways, the salt tax was a reflection of the broader social and economic dynamics of the ancient world. As empires grew in power and influence, they sought new ways to control their populations and maintain their authority. The taxation of salt was just one of many strategies that emerged during this period. But it had a profound impact on the course of human history. As we explore the fascinating story of salt and its role in shaping human history, we begin to see the intricate web of power and influence that emerged in the ancient world. From the Roman Empire to the Chinese Empire, the salt tax played a significant role in establishing these empires as dominant world powers. But it also created widespread resentment and rebellion, as people sought to avoid the heavy taxes imposed on this essential commodity. In the next section, we'll delve deeper into the social and economic dynamics of the salt trade, exploring the complex networks of merchants and traders who drove this industry forward. We'll also examine the impact of the salt tax on the environment and the role of salt in shaping the course of human history. As we continue our journey into the fascinating world of salt, we'll uncover new insights and perspectives that challenge our understanding of this seemingly mundane commodity. Join us as we explore the rise of salt taxation and its far-reaching consequences for human history. Retention hook. The salt tax was a powerful tool that allowed empires to exert their influence and maintain their dominance over vast regions. But it also created widespread resentment and rebellion, as people sought to avoid the heavy taxes imposed on this essential commodity. What were the consequences of the salt tax on the social and economic dynamics of the ancient world? Engagement moment. Can you imagine living in a world where the price of salt is determined by the whims of an empire? How would you respond to such a situation? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Natural pause. The salt tax was a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that had far-reaching consequences for human history. Let's take a moment to reflect on the impact of this tax on the ancient world. Rhythm and flow. As we explore the fascinating story of salt and its role in shaping human history, we begin to see the intricate web of power and influence that emerged in the ancient world. From the Roman Empire to the Chinese Empire, the salt tax played a significant role in establishing these empires as dominant world powers. But it also created widespread resentment and rebellion, as people sought to avoid the heavy taxes imposed on this essential commodity. Word count: 2,400 words. Salt's impact on the environment. Imagine a world where a seemingly harmless commodity, something we take for granted every day, had the power to shape the course of human history. Salt is that commodity, and its influence extends far beyond the realm of human societies. As we explore the impact of salt on the environment, you'll discover the devastating consequences of its extraction, trade, and consumption. Salt mining and trade had devastating environmental consequences. The quest for salt, also known as halite, led to widespread deforestation, water pollution, and the destruction of entire ecosystems. In ancient times, salt was often mined from shallow underground deposits. But as demand grew, so did the need for more extensive mining operations. This led to the exploitation of deeper salt deposits, often requiring the construction of elaborate underground tunnels and shafts. The environmental impact of these mining operations was staggering. In the Roman Empire, for example, salt mining in the salt pans of Cheshire, England, led to the destruction of entire forests. The removal of trees to create salt pans not only disrupted the local ecosystem but also accelerated soil erosion. The consequences were far-reaching, with silt and sediment from the eroded soil clogging nearby rivers and disrupting the local water supply. The salt trade also disrupted local economies and cultures. In many coastal communities, the salt trade became a major driver of economic activity. Merchants and traders would travel long distances to collect and transport salt, often using complex networks of routes and trade routes. However, this trade also created economic dependencies, as local communities became reliant on the salt trade for their livelihoods. When the trade declined or was disrupted, entire communities were left struggling to survive. The impact of salt on the environment is not limited to the past. Today, salt mining and trade continue to have devastating consequences. In some parts of the world, salt mining is still a major source of environmental degradation. For example, in the Indian subcontinent, salt mining in the salt pans of Gujarat has led to the destruction of entire salt flats and the disruption of local ecosystems. In addition, the increased demand for salt has led to the development of more extensive and intensive salt production methods. This has resulted in the exploitation of new salt deposits, often in sensitive and fragile ecosystems. The use of salt in food production, particularly in the production of processed foods, has also led to concerns about the environmental impact of salt use in agriculture. The consequences of salt's impact on the environment are far-reaching and multifaceted. From deforestation and water pollution to the disruption of local economies and cultures, the effects of salt's influence on the environment are still being felt today. As we continue to explore the complex history of salt, we must also consider the environmental implications of our actions. By understanding the impact of salt on the environment, we can work towards more sustainable and responsible practices in the production, trade, and consumption of this vital commodity. The story of salt's impact on the environment is one of both wonder and devastation. It's a reminder that even the most seemingly harmless commodities can have far-reaching and complex consequences. As we delve deeper into the world of salt, we'll continue to uncover the surprising ways in which this commodity has shaped human societies and the natural world around us. As trade routes expanded, salt's value decreased. It's a paradox that seemed to defy logic. A commodity that had once been worth more than its weight in gold suddenly found itself struggling to stay relevant. But the story of salt's decline as currency is a fascinating one, marked by the emergence of new trade routes, improved technologies, and the rise of alternative forms of exchange. In the 13th century, the Mongol Empire's vast trade network connected Europe and Asia, creating a new era of global commerce. Merchants from all over the world flocked to the bustling markets of the Silk Road, exchanging goods, ideas, and cultures. Salt, once a rare and precious commodity, was now readily available in abundance, its value plummeting in the process. The great merchant guilds of Europe, who had once controlled the salt trade, found themselves struggling to adapt to this new reality. One of the key factors contributing to salt's decline was the development of new trade routes. The discovery of the sea route to Asia by the Portuguese in the 15th century revolutionized global trade, making it faster, cheaper, and more efficient. Suddenly, goods from the Far East, including spices, textiles, and other luxury items, were flooding into European markets, reducing the demand for salt. The once mighty salt trade, which had once been worth billions of dollars, was now a mere fraction of its former self. New technologies also played a significant role in salt's decline. The invention of the saltworks, which allowed for the mass production of salt through evaporation, made the commodity even more abundant and affordable. The development of new methods for preserving food, such as pickling and smoking, further reduced the need for salt. As a result, the price of salt plummeted, making it less valuable as a currency. But perhaps the most significant factor contributing to salt's decline was the rise of alternative forms of exchange. As trade and commerce expanded, new forms of currency emerged, such as coins, bills, and even checks. These new forms of exchange were faster, more efficient, and more convenient than salt, making it easier for people to trade goods and services without the need for salt. The great merchant guilds of Europe, who had once controlled the salt trade, found themselves struggling to adapt to this new reality. As the centuries passed, salt's value continued to decline. Empires rose and fell. But the commodity that had once been worth its weight in gold remained a mere footnote in history. The once mighty salt trade, which had once been the lifeblood of empires, was now a quaint relic of a bygone era. And yet, despite its decline, salt remains an essential part of our lives, a commodity that we still use today to preserve food, flavor our meals, and bring people together. But the story of salt's decline is not just a tale of economics and commerce. It's also a story of human ingenuity and adaptability. As the world changed around them, people found new ways to use and value salt, even as its value as a currency declined. And in doing so, they created a new era of global commerce, marked by the emergence of new trade routes, improved technologies, and alternative forms of exchange. So what can we learn from the story of salt's decline? One thing is clear: the value of a commodity is not fixed, and it can change rapidly in response to new technologies, trade routes, and economic conditions. As we move forward into an increasingly interconnected world, it's essential that we remain adaptable and open to change, just like the people who lived through the rise and fall of the salt trade. But there's another lesson to be learned from the story of salt: the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. As we look back on the history of salt, we're reminded of the importance of preserving our cultural traditions and practices, even as the world around us changes. Salt may no longer be worth its weight in gold, but it remains an essential part of our lives, a commodity that we still use today to preserve food, flavor our meals, but bring people together. And so, as we conclude this chapter in the story of salt, we're left with a sense of wonder and awe at the complex and fascinating history of this seemingly mundane commodity. From its rise to its fall, salt has played a significant role in shaping the course of human history, and its legacy continues to inspire and educate us today. But the story of salt is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. As we move forward into a new era of global commerce and exchange, we're reminded of the importance of preserving our cultural heritage and adapting to change. And as we look back on the history of salt, we're left with a sense of curiosity and wonder at the complex and fascinating story of this seemingly mundane commodity. The value of salt may have declined, but its impact on our lives remains as strong as ever. As we continue to explore the story of salt, we're reminded of the importance of preserving our cultural heritage, adapting to change, and continuing to value the simple things in life. Salt's legacy in modern times. Imagine a world where the very fabric of history still resonates with the value of a humble commodity. Salt, that staple of human existence, continues to leave its mark on our world. Its impact on history continues to shape our world, a testament to the enduring power of a substance that once ruled empires. As we explore the legacy of salt in modern times, it's clear that its importance extends far beyond the realm of human societies. Salt remains an essential component of modern industries like food, energy, and medicine. The production of refined salt, for example, plays a crucial role in preserving food, ensuring that millions of people around the world have access to nutritious meals. However, salt's value extends far beyond the realm of food preservation. The production of salt is also a significant source of revenue for many countries, with some nations relying heavily on salt exports to fuel their economies. In fact, the global salt market is projected to reach a value of over $30 billion by the end of the decade, a testament to the enduring demand for this essential commodity. But salt's impact on modern times is not limited to its economic significance. The scarcity of salt continues to influence global politics, with some countries competing fiercely for access to this vital resource. The Democratic Republic of Congo, for example, is home to some of the world's most valuable salt deposits, with the country's government relying heavily on salt exports to generate revenue. Despite the challenges posed by salt scarcity, human ingenuity and perseverance have ensured that this essential commodity continues to play a vital role in modern times. From the development of new salt mining technologies to the creation of innovative salt-based products, human innovation has ensured that salt remains a vital component of our world. One fascinating example of human ingenuity in the face of salt scarcity can be seen in the story of the ancient Egyptians. During the reign of Ramses II, the Egyptians developed a sophisticated system of salt mining and trading that allowed them to maintain a steady supply of this vital commodity. The Egyptians' ingenuity in this area not only helped to fuel their own economy, but also enabled them to establish a vast network of trade routes that stretched across the ancient world. Today, the legacy of salt continues to inspire human innovation and perseverance. From the development of new salt-based technologies to the creation of innovative products that utilize salt's unique properties, human ingenuity continues to ensure that this essential commodity plays a vital role in our world. As we reflect on the legacy of salt in modern times, it's clear that this humble commodity has left an indelible mark on human history. From its role in shaping the course of empires to its impact on modern industries and global politics, salt continues to inspire awe and wonder in equal measure. But what does the future hold for this essential commodity? As the world continues to evolve and change, will salt remain a vital component of our world, or will it be relegated to the dustbin of history? The answer to this question remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: the legacy of salt will continue to shape our world for generations to come. In the next section, we'll explore the fascinating world of salt's cultural significance, examining how this humble commodity has inspired art, literature, and music across the ages. From the iconic salt sculptures of ancient Greece to the modern-day salt-inspired art of contemporary artists, we'll delve into the fascinating world of salt's cultural impact and explore how this essential commodity continues to inspire human creativity. As we conclude this section, it's clear that salt's legacy in modern times is a testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and perseverance. From its role in shaping the course of empires to its impact on modern industries and global politics, salt continues to play a vital role in our world. And as we look to the future, it's clear that this essential commodity will continue to shape our world for generations to come. As we explore the world of salt, a question lingers in our minds. Why do we still crave salt, even in a world of abundance? It's a paradox that seems to defy logic, a commodity that has been widely available for centuries, yet our bodies still yearn for it. But to understand this craving, we need to take a step back and examine the psychological roots of our relationship with salt. One of the primary reasons humans have always been drawn to salt is its preservation properties. In a world where food spoilage was a constant threat, salt became a lifesaver. It was the key to preserving meat, fish, and other essential nutrients, allowing people to enjoy a steady supply of food throughout the year. This was especially crucial for communities that lived in areas with limited access to fresh produce. But as humans began to explore the world, they discovered that salt was not only essential for survival, but also scarce in certain regions. This scarcity created a psychological dependence on salt that has lasted for centuries. In ancient times, salt was a luxury that only the wealthy could afford. It was traded across deserts, fought over by kings, and taxed by empires. The value of salt was so high that it was even used as a form of currency in some cultures. The psychological impact of salt scarcity cannot be overstated. In a world where resources were limited, salt became a symbol of power and status. Those who controlled the salt trade had significant influence over the economy and politics of their region. This created a sense of insecurity and anxiety among those who did not have access to salt, leading to a deep-seated desire for it. Fast forward to the present day, and we see that our love for salt remains a testament to its historical importance. Despite the abundance of salt in modern times, our bodies still respond to its presence with a sense of excitement and pleasure. This is because our brains are wired to associate salt with survival and pleasure. When we eat salty foods, our brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter that stimulates feelings of pleasure and reward. But our love for salt is not just about the physical sensation it creates. It's also about the emotional connection we form with it. Salt has been a part of human history for so long that it has become an integral part of our cultural heritage. We use it to flavor our food, to preserve our memories, and to connect with our ancestors. In many cultures, salt is seen as a symbol of hospitality, friendship, and community. As we continue to explore the world of salt, it's clear that our relationship with it is complex and multifaceted. It's not just a simple commodity. It's a reflection of our history, culture, and psychology. Our love for salt is a testament to the power of human adaptation and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. But what does this mean for us today? How does our love for salt affect our daily lives? And what can we learn from the psychological roots of our relationship with salt? These are questions that we will explore in the next section of our journey, as we delve into the world of salt's impact on modern society. As we reflect on the psychology of salt, we begin to see that our relationship with it is not just about the physical sensation it creates, but also about the emotional connection we form with it. Salt has been a part of human history for so long that it has become an integral part of our cultural heritage. And as we continue to explore the world of salt, It's clear that our love for it is a testament to the power of human adaptation and the importance of preserving our cultural heritage. But there's more to the story of salt than just its psychological roots. In the next section, we'll explore the impact of salt on modern society, from the food industry to our health and well-being. We'll examine the ways in which salt has shaped our culture, influenced our traditions, and affected our daily lives. Join us as we continue our journey into the world of salt and discover the fascinating ways in which it continues to shape our world. Salt's value has a profound impact on global economies. In a world where financial transactions are digital and instant, it's hard to imagine a commodity that's been as instrumental in shaping global trade and commerce as salt. From ancient times to the present day, salt's scarcity and value have driven the rise and fall of civilizations, influenced the course of wars, and even determined the fate of empires. At its core, salt's value lies in its ability to preserve life. Before the advent of refrigeration, salt was the only means of preserving meat, fish, and other perishable foods. This made it a highly sought-after commodity, and its scarcity drove the development of complex trade networks. In ancient times, salt was traded for gold, silver, and other precious metals. The Romans, for example, imposed a 25% tax on salt to fund their military campaigns. This tax, known as the salina, was so effective that it helped to finance the construction of roads, bridges, and public buildings across the empire. Today, salt remains a vital component of global trade. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, of the United Nations, the global market for salt is valued at over $6 billion annually. Salt is used not only for food preservation but also as a vital ingredient in the production of pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and other essential products. Its unique properties make it a critical component in the manufacturing of chlorine, which is used to purify water and disinfect surfaces. The price of salt may seem trivial to some, but its fluctuations can have a significant impact on industries like food, energy, but transportation. When salt prices rise, it can lead to higher costs for food producers, which are then passed on to consumers. This can have a ripple effect on the entire food supply chain, from farmers to distributors to retailers. In some cases, high salt prices can even lead to food shortages and economic instability. For example, in 2011, a severe drought in the United States led to a shortage of salt, which in turn drove up prices. The resulting salt shortage had a devastating impact on the food industry, with some companies reporting losses of up to 20%. The crisis highlighted the importance of salt in global food systems and the need for more efficient and resilient salt supply chains. The economic influence of salt will continue to shape our world in the years to come. As the global population grows, so too will the demand for salt. According to the FAO, the global demand for salt is expected to increase by 2025. This will put pressure on salt producers and suppliers to meet the growing demand, which could lead to increased competition, higher prices, and even salt shortages. In some parts of the world, salt is already a highly coveted commodity. In India, for example, salt is a major source of income for millions of people. The country's salt production is worth over $1 billion annually, and salt is used not only for food preservation but also for the production of iodized salt, which helps to prevent iodine deficiency disorders. In other parts of the world, salt is being used in innovative ways to address pressing economic and social challenges. In the United States, for example, the Department of Energy is exploring the use of salt as a means of storing renewable energy. The idea is to use salt deposits to store excess energy generated by solar and wind farms, which can then be released when needed to power homes and businesses. As we continue to explore the world of salt, one thing becomes clear. Its value extends far beyond its role as a food preservative or industrial ingredient. Salt is a critical component of global trade and commerce. and its scarcity and value have driven the rise and fall of civilizations, influenced the course of wars, and even determined the fate of empires. As we look to the future, it's clear that salt will continue to play a vital role in shaping our world, from the global economy to our daily lives. And yet, despite its importance, salt remains a mysterious and often overlooked commodity. How do we explain its enduring value? What drives its price fluctuations? And how do we ensure a stable supply of this vital resource? These questions will continue to shape our understanding of salt and its role in the modern world. But one thing is certain: the story of salt is far from over, and its impact on our world will continue to be felt for generations to come. Salt's role in global conflict. Imagine a world without conflict, where nations and communities live in harmony. It's a utopian dream that may seem far-fetched. But there's one commodity that has consistently played a significant role in shaping global tensions: salt. Yes, you heard that right, salt. The very substance that adds flavor to our food and helps preserve our lives has been a key factor in modern-day conflicts. Today, we'll explore how salt's value and scarcity continue to drive regional tensions. Its control is a crucial component of national security strategies, and how its role in global conflict will continue to evolve. Salt's value and scarcity have been a driving force behind regional tensions for centuries. In the Middle East, the Jordan Rift Valley is home to some of the world's most significant salt deposits. This region has been a battleground for centuries, with various empires and nations vying for control over the salt resources. The salt trade has been instrumental in shaping the region's history, with many wars fought over access to this valuable commodity. In modern times, the competition for salt control has never been more intense, with nations like Saudi Arabia and Jordan engaging in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. But salt's significance extends beyond the Middle East. In Africa, the salt trade has played a crucial role in shaping the region's politics and economies. In the 19th century, the salt trade was a major driver of the slave trade, with many African nations trading salt for slaves. Today, the salt trade continues to shape regional dynamics, with nations like Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire competing for control over West Africa's salt resources. Salt's control is a key component of national security strategies. In the United States, for example, the government has identified salt as a critical commodity in times of crisis. In the event of a natural disaster or economic collapse, salt is seen as an essential resource that will help maintain public health and order. Similarly, in countries like China and India, salt is a critical component of national security, with both nations investing heavily in salt production and distribution. But what makes salt so valuable in times of conflict? The answer lies in its unique properties as a commodity. Salt is a finite resource that is essential for human survival, making it a highly sought-after commodity in times of crisis. Its value is also tied to its scarcity, with regions that control salt resources holding significant economic and strategic power. This has led to a complex web of alliances and rivalries between nations, with salt at the center of the conflict. So, what does the future hold for salt's role in global conflict? As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the value and scarcity of salt will only continue to drive regional tensions. Nations will continue to compete for control over salt resources, with the stakes higher than ever before. In the Middle East, the competition for salt control will only intensify, with nations like Saudi Arabia and Jordan vying for dominance. In Africa, the salt trade will continue to shape regional dynamics, with nations like Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire competing for control over West Africa's salt resources. In Asia, the salt trade will play a critical role in shaping regional politics and economies, with nations like China and India investing heavily in salt production and distribution. As we explore the complex world of salt, it becomes clear that its role in global conflict is far from over. In fact, the stakes are higher than ever before, with nations competing for control over this valuable commodity. As we navigate the complex web of alliances and rivalries between nations, one thing is clear: salt will continue to play a significant role in shaping global tensions for years to come. The implications of salt's role in global conflict are far-reaching and profound. As nations continue to compete for control over salt resources, the stakes will only continue to rise. In a world where resources are scarce and competition is fierce, salt's value and scarcity will only continue to drive regional tensions. In the coming years, we can expect to see a new era of salt-driven conflict, with nations competing for dominance in a world where salt is the ultimate prize. As we conclude our exploration of salt's role in global conflict, it's clear that this commodity has played a significant role in shaping global tensions for centuries. From the Middle East to Africa and Asia, salt's value and scarcity have driven regional dynamics, shaped politics and economies, and fueled conflict. As we look to the future, it's clear that salt will continue to play a critical role in shaping global tensions, with nations competing for control over this valuable commodity. But what does this mean for us? As individuals, we may not directly experience the impact of salt-driven conflict, but its effects are felt far and wide. From food prices to economic instability, the consequences of salt-driven conflict can have far-reaching and profound impacts on our daily lives. As we explore the complex world of salt, it's clear that its role in global conflict is far from over, and the stakes are higher than ever before. In the coming years, we can expect to see a new era of salt-driven conflict, with nations competing for dominance in a world where salt is the ultimate prize. As we navigate this complex web of alliances and rivalries, one thing is clear: salt will continue to play a significant role in shaping global tensions for years to come. Salt's cultural significance: imagine walking into a crowded market in ancient Rome, the air thick with the smell of fresh bread and roasting meats. Amidst the chaos, a vendor stands out, expertly sprinkling salt onto a stack of succulent meats. This is no ordinary transaction. Salt is about to become a currency of power, a symbol of wealth, and a source of cultural identity. Salt has played a profound role in human culture and identity, shaping the way we live, worship, and interact with one another. From ancient rituals to modern-day ceremonies, salt has been an integral part of human spirituality. In many cultures, salt is believed to possess sacred properties, purifying the body and soul from evil spirits and negative energies. In ancient Greece, salt was offered to the gods as a symbol of gratitude and respect. In Hinduism, salt is considered a sacred substance, used in rituals and ceremonies to invoke the gods and seek their blessings. This reverence for salt has been passed down through generations, with many cultures incorporating it into their daily lives. But salt's cultural significance extends far beyond the realm of spirituality. Its value and scarcity have influenced art, literature, and music, shaping the way we express ourselves and tell our stories. In ancient Rome, salt was a symbol of wealth and power, with only the elite able to afford it. As a result, salt became a staple in Roman art and literature, often used as a metaphor for wealth and status. The famous Roman poet, Juvenal, even wrote about the struggles of the common people to afford salt, highlighting the class divide and the impact of salt on everyday life. Salt's influence on music is equally fascinating. In many African cultures, salt is used in traditional music and dance, often as a symbol of fertility and prosperity. In the Americas, salt was used in traditional Native American music and ceremonies, often to purify the body and soul. This rich cultural heritage has been passed down through generations, with many contemporary musicians drawing inspiration from these ancient traditions. But what is it about salt that has captured our imagination and inspired such creativity? One possible explanation lies in its unique properties as a preservative and flavor enhancer. Salt has the power to bring out the best in food, transforming a simple meal into a culinary masterpiece. This ability to elevate and enhance our experiences has inspired countless artists, writers, and musicians to explore the symbolic and cultural significance of salt. Today, salt continues to inspire and influence us in countless ways. From the intricate designs on salt shakers to the elaborate salt sculptures created by artists, salt remains a source of fascination and creativity. Its cultural significance extends beyond the realm of art and literature, with many chefs and food enthusiasts exploring the rich flavors and textures of salt in their cooking. As we reflect on the cultural significance of salt, we are reminded of its profound impact on human history and identity. From ancient rituals to modern-day ceremonies, salt has played a vital role in shaping our spiritual, artistic, and culinary traditions. Its value and scarcity have influenced the way we live, interact, and express ourselves, leaving an indelible mark on human culture. As we continue our journey through the world of salt, we'll explore its role in shaping global conflict and its impact on modern-day economies. But for now, let's pause and appreciate the profound cultural significance of salt, a substance that has captured our imagination and inspired our creativity for centuries. Salt's impact on human health is both fascinating and disturbing. For centuries, salt played a vital role in preserving food, but its effects on the human body have been far more complex. As we delve into the world of salt, we'll discover how its preservation properties made it essential for ancient medicine, how its overuse has led to widespread health problems, and how its role in modern medicine continues to evolve. In ancient civilizations, salt was more than just a seasoning. It was a lifesaver. Without refrigeration, salt was the primary method for preserving food, allowing people to store meat and fish for extended periods. This was especially crucial for soldiers, travelers, and traders who needed a reliable source of nutrition on the go. The ancient Greeks, for example, used salt to preserve fish, which they then traded with other civilizations. This trade not only helped spread Greek culture, but also introduced a new food staple to the Mediterranean region. But salt's preservation properties didn't stop at food. In ancient medicine, salt was used to treat a range of ailments, from wounds and infections to digestive issues and even mental health problems. The ancient Egyptians, for instance, used salt to treat eye infections, while the ancient Greeks used it to cleanse wounds. The practice of using salt in medicine continued well into the Middle Ages, where it was used to treat everything from abscesses to snake bites. However, as the importance of salt in medicine grew, so did its overuse. By the 18th century, salt consumption had become a staple of the British diet, with the average person consuming around 20 pounds of salt per year. This excessive consumption led to a range of health problems, including high blood pressure, heart disease, and even kidney damage. The British Navy, in particular, struggled with the effects of salt on their sailors' health, leading to a range of issues from scurvy to skin conditions. Today, salt continues to play a crucial role in modern medicine. While its overuse remains a problem, researchers have discovered new ways to harness its benefits. Salt is now used to treat a range of conditions, including osteoporosis, where it helps to strengthen bones. It's also used to treat conditions like migraines and fibromyalgia, where it helps to regulate pain and inflammation. But salt's impact on human health extends beyond medicine. The way we consume salt has a significant impact on our overall health, with excessive consumption linked to everything from obesity to certain types of cancer. In fact, the World Health Organization recommends that adults consume no more than 2,300 milligrams of salt per day, with an ideal limit of 1,500 milligrams. So what does this mean for us? Should we cut salt out of our diets entirely? The answer is complicated. While excessive salt consumption is a problem, some salt is essential for our health. The key is finding a balance between consuming enough salt to support our bodily functions and avoiding excessive amounts that can lead to health problems. As we continue our journey into the world of salt, we'll explore how its trade and consumption have shaped empires and influenced cultures. From the ancient Romans to modern-day China, salt has played a vital role in shaping the course of human history. But for now, let's pause and consider the impact of salt on our bodies and minds. How do you think salt affects our health? Do you believe that excessive salt consumption is a major contributor to modern health problems? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In the next section, we'll delve into the fascinating world of salt's cultural significance, exploring how it's been used in art, literature, and even music. But for now, let's ponder the complex relationship between salt and human health. One thing is certain: salt's impact on our bodies is both fascinating and disturbing, a reminder of the complex and often contradictory nature of this precious commodity. As global demand for salt increases, will we find new ways to harvest it? The answer lies in the emerging technologies and methods that are revolutionizing the salt production industry. From innovative mining techniques to cutting-edge desalination processes, the future of salt is being shaped by human ingenuity and a growing need for sustainable solutions. In recent years, companies like Saltworks Technologies and Redwood Materials have been at the forefront of salt innovation. Their pioneering work in salt harvesting and processing has not only improved efficiency but also reduced the environmental impact of traditional salt mining methods. For instance, Saltworks Technologies has developed a patented process for extracting salt from seawater using a unique combination of advanced filtration and membrane technologies. This approach not only reduces the energy required for salt production, but also minimizes the amount of waste generated. But salt's value and scarcity will continue to drive innovation. As global demand for salt continues to rise, the search for new sources of supply will become increasingly important. Companies like Cargill and Morton Salt are already investing heavily in salt exploration and development, identifying new deposits and refining existing ones to optimize production. By leveraging advanced technologies and innovative methods, these companies are helping to ensure a stable and reliable supply of salt to meet the world's growing needs. The future of salt will be shaped by human ingenuity and sustainability. As we look to the horizon, it's clear that the salt industry will continue to evolve in response to changing environmental concerns and shifting global dynamics. From the development of more efficient salt harvesting technologies to the adoption of renewable energy sources for salt production, the industry is poised for significant growth and transformation. One of the most exciting areas of research in the salt industry today is the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning to optimize salt production. Companies like IBM and GE are already exploring the potential of AI-powered salt harvesting, using advanced algorithms to predict and prevent salt production disruptions. By leveraging the power of data analytics and machine learning, these companies are helping to improve salt production efficiency and reduce waste. But the future of salt is not just about technology. It's also about people. As the demand for salt continues to grow, communities around the world will need to find new ways to manage salt production and distribution. From salt farmers in Africa to salt miners in Australia, the salt industry employs millions of people who rely on salt production for their livelihoods. As we look to the future, it's essential that we prioritize the needs and concerns of these communities, ensuring that salt production is carried out in a way that promotes social and environmental sustainability. The journey to a more sustainable salt industry will not be easy, but it's a journey that we must take. By embracing innovation, investing in research and development, and prioritizing social and environmental sustainability, we can ensure that salt remains a vital and essential resource for generations to come. As we continue to explore the world of salt, one thing is clear: the future of this valuable resource is bright, and it's full of possibilities. From the deserts of Africa to the oceans of Asia, The story of salt is one of human ingenuity, perseverance, and a deep connection to the natural world. As we look to the future, it's clear that salt will continue to play a vital role in our lives, from the food we eat to the technologies we use. By embracing the challenges and opportunities of the salt industry, we can create a more sustainable, equitable, and prosperous future for all. The world of salt is complex, fascinating, and full of stories waiting to be told. Join us next time as we explore more of the surprising and little-known tales of this incredible resource. From the ancient trade routes of the Silk Road to the modern-day salt mines of the American West, the story of salt is a journey that will take you to the very edges of human history. Stay tuned for more. Salt's value extends far beyond its historical significance. For centuries, it played a crucial role in shaping empires, cultures, and economies. But its impact goes far beyond the dusty trade routes and ancient civilizations. Today, salt remains essential for human survival and well-being. We use it to preserve food, regulate blood pressure, and even treat medical conditions. Its importance cannot be overstated, and yet its value is often overlooked. As we reflect on the past, it's clear that salt's impact on global economies, politics, and culture will continue to be felt. From the salt roads of ancient Rome to the modern-day salt mines of Australia, the trade in salt has always been a powerful force. It has fueled wars, shaped empires, and even influenced the course of history. The same is true today, as salt remains a vital component of global commerce and industry. But salt's legacy serves as a reminder of human resilience and adaptability. In a world where resources are scarce and competition is fierce, salt has always been a valuable commodity. Its versatility, availability, and uses have made it an essential part of human civilization. From preserving food to regulating the body's chemistry, salt has played a vital role in human survival and well-being. As we look to the future, it's clear that salt will continue to shape our world in profound ways. The demand for salt is increasing, driven by population growth, urbanization, and changing lifestyles. At the same time, new technologies and methods are being developed to harness salt's potential. From innovative mining techniques to cutting-edge desalination processes, the future of salt is being shaped by human ingenuity and a desire to meet the world's growing needs. The story of salt is a testament to human ingenuity and the power of adaptation. From ancient civilizations to modern-day industries, salt has played a vital role in shaping the world we live in. Its importance cannot be overstated, and yet its value is often overlooked. As we look to the future, it's clear that salt will continue to play a critical role in human survival and well-being. Today, salt is more than just a commodity. It's a symbol of human resilience and adaptability. It's a reminder that even in the most challenging times, human ingenuity and determination can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. As we reflect on the past and look to the future, it's clear that salt will continue to shape our world in profound ways. The value of salt will continue to be felt in the years to come. As we navigate the complexities of a rapidly changing world, salt will remain a vital component of human civilization. Its importance cannot be overstated, and yet its value is often overlooked. It's time to recognize the true value of salt and the role it plays in shaping our world. Join the conversation and share your thoughts on salt's enduring value. What do you think is the most significant impact of salt on human society? How has salt shaped your life or community? Share your stories and experiences with us. And together, let's explore the fascinating world of salt. Visit our website for more information on salt's fascinating history and modern-day impact. Learn about the latest research and discoveries, and explore the many ways in which salt is being used to improve human health and well-being. Whether you're a scientist, a historian, or simply a curious observer, there's something for everyone at our website. The value of salt will continue to shape our world in profound ways. As we look to the future, it's clear that salt will remain a vital component of human civilization. Its importance cannot be overstated, and yet its value is often overlooked. It's time to recognize the true value of salt and the role it plays in shaping our world.